नियम आपको बताते हैं कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं। नियमों का पालन करने से सुरक्षा प्राप्त होती है। हम सभी को दृढ़ता से नियमों का पालन करना चाहिए। रास्ता पार करते समय अगर लाल बत्ती हो तो हमें रुकना ही चाहिए, अन्यथा दुर्घटना घट सकती है। जब पीली या नारंगी बत्ती जल उठे तो तैयार रहिए और हरी बत्ती जलने पर ही ज़ेब्रा क्रॉसिंग से रास्ता पार कीजिए। खतरे का चिन्ह लगी जगह के पास नहीं जाना चाहिए। हमेशा पगडंडियों पर ही चलना चाहिए। रास्ते पर खेलना बिल्कुल मना है और ये खतरनाक भी है। रास्ता पार करते समय पहले दाईं ओर और फिर बाईं ओर देखने के पश्चात ही पार कीजिए। रास्ता हमेशा ज़ेब्रा क्रॉसिंग पर ही पार करना चाहिए। चलती गाड़ी या बस के पीछे कभी मत दौड़िए। हमेशा कतार में खड़े रहिए। जल्दबाजी करने से किसी को चोट लग सकती है।
Hello students, I am Vinay Kumar Singh, lecturer English in Sardar Patel Inter College, Chergaon, District Jhansi. Dear students, today I am going to teach you the next part of the fourth lesson of class 11th from supplementary reader Albert Einstein at school. Let's see the fourth paragraph. Yes, in the previous video I have already taught you how Einstein was scolded at school by his history teacher and how he was hopeless and upset. Let's see the next paragraph. Ugh! Exclaimed Albert, and these are the students. Albert Einstein exclaimed with disgust that those were the students. He said this expression about those students who lived nearby him. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. At this, Yuri told him that one day he would also prove himself to be a student. I doubt it, said Albert glumly. I don't think I'll ever pass the exams for the school diploma. At this, Einstein told Yuri that he was doubtful of his success. He was very doubtful that he would be able to get his diploma. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. Normally, she lived in Berlin, where her father had a business. Einstein had told Elsa the same thing what he had told Yuri when Elsa had visited Munich. Normally, Elsa, who was her cousin, lived in Berlin with her father, where her father had a business. I am sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you tried, she said. I know lots of boys who are much more than you are, who get through. They say you don't have to know anything and don't have to understand what you are taught, just be able to repeat it in the exams. Students, I am sure Einstein said that he was doubtful about his success. At this, Elsa, his cousin, advised him that he could qualify very easily. He could class, he could succeed in examination very easily if he tried. She further told him that she knew so many boys who were not so intelligent as Einstein was, and Einstein had not to learn or understand anything. He had only to repeat and memorize the facts he was taught during the school time, and he had only to repeat it in the examination, and he would succeed in that way. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. I am no good at learning things by heart. Then Einstein told his cousin Elsa that he was not good at memorizing facts because he did not believe in rote learning system. Rote learning system means learning things by heart, by memorizing the facts and dates and figures and data. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm, added Elsa. What is the one you are reading? At this, Elsa told Einstein that he need not to be good, to be expert at learning the facts, memorizing things. Anybody could do that thing very easily. Anybody could learn facts like parrot. He had never to try. He should not try. But she further said that she had always seen him with a book under his arm. Elsa wanted to know what Einstein was reading. A book on geology. Einstein responded that he had book on geology. Geology is a branch of learning in which the physical structure of earth is studied. Geology, rocks and things, do you learn that? At this, Elsa was surprised and she asked Einstein whether he learned rocks and things, which are the parts of geology. No, we have hardly any science at school. Einstein told Elsa that they were not taught science at school. Then why are you studying it? Again, Elsa asked Einstein why he was studying geology. Because I like it. Isn't that a good enough reason? Einstein told Elsa that he read geology because he was very much interested in geology. He liked, and that was enough reason. That was a good reason to study that subject. Elsa sighed. Elsa took deep breath. You are right. Of course, Albert, she said. Elsa said that he was right. But it won't help with your diploma. But Elsa also reminded Einstein that studying of geology was not going to help Einstein in succeeding or getting his diploma from school in Munich. Apart from books on science, his only comfort was music, and he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. Besides having interest in geology or science, Einstein had one more thing which he delighted, and that was music. Einstein was very much interested in playing violin, and he continued to play violin until and unless his landlady stopped him, asked him to stop playing violin. He played violin regularly. That wailing gets on my nerves, she said. There's enough noise in this house with all the kids howling. The landlady of Einstein would ask him to stop the stop playing violin. She would say that long sound, loud sound created by violin disturbed her, kept her tensed, and besides this, there was all day crying in her house. That's why she didn't like that thing. And Einstein had to stop playing violin. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them howl. I howl, but he decided it was better to say nothing. Though Einstein was tempted to tell the landlady that she was the main reason, the root cause behind the crying and the noise which prevailed in her house all the day, because she kept on beating her children and they cried all the day. I must get away from here, he told Yuri after 6 months alone in Munich. After 6 months, Einstein had stayed in Munich. He told his friend, his faithful friend Yuri, that he did not like to stay in Munich. He wanted to get away from there. It's absurd that I should go on like this. In the end, it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. It will be better for all if I stop now. Einstein further told Yuri that when it was very silly, it was not good that he would waste the money of his parents, money of his father, and time of everybody in that way. And one day when he would leave, he could not get diploma, and that would prove to be wasting of money and time of everyone, even the money of his father. And that's why it would be better for him to leave Munich. And then what will you do? Yuri asked. At this, Yuri asked him, what would he do after leaving Munich, after leaving school? I don't know. If I go to Milan, I am afraid my father will send me back. Einstein told Yuri that suppose he went back to Milan, his father would again send him to Munich, because he was not going to tolerate that thing unless he had completed his diploma from there. His eyes gleamed with a sudden idea. Gleamed here means shone brightly. Meanwhile, an idea struck to the mind of Einstein, and his eyes shone brightly with a hope. Yuri, do you know any friendly doctor? And he asked Yuri if he knew any doctor who was with friendly terms with Yuri, friendly relation with Yuri. I know a lot of medical students and some of them are friendly, said Yuri. Doctors? No. Yuri told Einstein that he had friendship with many medical students who were completing their doctor degree, but he did not know any doctor. Suppose, said Albert, that I had a nervous breakdown. Suppose a doctor would say it's bad for me to go to school and I need to get right away from it. Albert Einstein told Yuri, suppose he was going to have nervous breakdown. Suppose he had nervous breakdown and it was certified by a doctor that it was bad for him to attend school anymore, and then everything would be put right, and in this way he need not need to get right away from school. So he wanted the help of a doctor to get a medical certificate to get away from the school, because the medical certificate would prove that he was on the verge of nervous breakdown, and he need not attend school for a long time, and that would be better for his health. Dear students, let's see the meanings of the difficult words from the paragraph I have just taught to you. Glumly. Glumly means sadly. Next word is wailing. Long and loud sound created with the help of violin. Gets on one's nerve. Annoys. Irritates. Howling. Crying. Absurd. Silly. Gleamed. Shone brightly. Nervous breakdown. Mental illness. Let's see some short answer type questions. First question is, why was Einstein doubtful about his success? The answer is, Einstein did not believe in memorizing facts. He knew that he could not succeed without memorizing facts. He believed in ideas. He was against traditional system of education, so he was doubtful about his success in exams. Next question is, who was Elsa? What advice did she give to Einstein? Elsa was Einstein's cousin who lived in Berlin. She advised Einstein that he could succeed if he learned like parrot and repeated it in exams. Let's study the next paragraph, paragraph 5th. I can't imagine a doctor saying that, said Yuri. I must try, said Albert, to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. Dear students, as we have studied in the previous paragraph, that Einstein was in the search of a neurospecialist to get a medical certificate stating that he had had a nervous breakdown. He wanted the help of Yuri. Yuri told him that he could not imagine that a doctor would say or state or certify what Einstein wanted. It was doubtful for him. At this, Albert said that he would try. He must try to find such a doctor, especially neurospecialist, as would state that he had had a nervous breakdown. There are plenty of them, Yuri told him. He hesitated for a moment and then added rather reluctantly, I'll ask some of the students if they know one, if you like. Yuri told him that there were so many doctors. After some times of hesitation, after a moment of hesitation, Yuri told unwillingly to Einstein that if he was willing, if Einstein liked, he would ask some of the students to find such a doctor. Will you? Oh, thank you, Yuri. Albert's eyes were shining. Then Albert Einstein asked him that if he would try to find such a doctor, and Albert felt very happy. His eyes gleamed with happiness. Wait a moment, I haven't found one yet. Oh, but you will. Yuri told him to wait for a moment because he hadn't found such a doctor. Einstein was sure that Yuri would be able to find such a doctor. And if I do, I don't know he will be willing to help you. He will, declared Ibert. I am going to have a real nervous breakdown. To make it easier for him, he laughed merrily. Einstein was very confident that the doctor would help him. Albert declared that the doctor would help him because he further told him that he was going to have true, real nervous breakdown. Mentally, he was going to be mentally ill. And in this way, things would be easier for the doctor. Einstein laughed very happily, saying that, I have never seen you looking less nervous, remarked Yuri. Yuri commented that he had always seen Einstein very nervous. A day or two at school will soon put that right, Albert assured him. Einstein assured made his friend Yuri confident that if he continued to attend school 1 or 2 days more, he would have nervous breakdown. Means things would be correct. Certainly he had lost his high spirits when Yuri saw him next. When Yuri met him, visited Einstein next time, he saw that Einstein had lost his zeal, lost his enthusiasm. I can't stand it any longer, he said. I really shall have a nervous breakdown that will satisfy my doctor. Einstein told his friend Yuri that he could not tolerate the situation anymore, and he was going to have nervous breakdown in reality. And in this way, the doctor will be totally satisfied with the situation, and it would be easier for the doctor to issue a medical certificate stating that he had had a nervous breakdown. Students, let's see the meanings of difficult words. Specializes in nerves means neuro expert, a neuro specialist. Plenty, so many. Hesitated, hitched. Reluctantly, unwillingly. Half-heartedly. Assured, convinced. High spirits, zeal. Stand, tolerate. Satisfy, assure. Let's study next paragraph, paragraph 6th. Keep it up then, said Yuri. I have found a doctor for you. When Einstein told Yuri that he was really going to have a nervous breakdown, then Yuri advised him to keep up that thing, and he also informed Einstein that he had found a doctor for him, a neuro specialist for him. You have? Albert's face lit up. Oh, good. When can I see him? When Yuri informed him that he had found a doctor for him, Einstein became very happy. His face gleamed up. Lit up here means looked cheerful. His face looked cheerful, and he exclaimed with surprise when he could visit the doctor. I have an appointment for you for tomorrow evening, Yuri said. Here's the address. He handed Albert a piece of paper. Yuri further informed Einstein that he had fixed a meeting. Appointment here means meeting. A meeting with the doctor for the following day in evening. And Urey handed Einstein a piece of paper on which the name of the doctor was written. Dr. Ernst Weil. Is he a specialist in nervous troubles? Asked Ibert. As soon as Einstein got the paper and he read the name of the doctor, Dr. Weil, he asked Urey whether the doctor was a neuro specialist. Not exactly, Urey admitted. As a matter of fact, he only qualified as a doctor last week. You may even be his first patient. Urey accepted the fact that he was not exactly a nervous or neuro specialist. He further told Einstein that the doctor had just qualified his medical degree last week, the previous week, and perhaps Einstein must be his first patient. You knew him as a student then. Einstein asked that Urey must have acquaintance with the doctor during his student life. I've known Ernst for years. Urey hesitated for a few moments. He is not a fool. He warned Ibert. Urey told Einstein that he was acquainted with the Dr. Weil for many years. For some seconds of hesitation, Urey cautioned Einstein to be very careful with the doctor. He should not try to deceive him because he was not a fool. What do you mean? At this, Einstein asked what Urey meant by saying that he was not a fool. The doctor was not a fool. Don't try to pull the wool over his eyes. That's all. Be frank with him, but don't pretend. Pretend here means pose. So, you have got what you haven't. Not that you'd deceive anyone. Urey added, you are the world's worst liar. Urey warned Einstein that he should not try to befool the doctor. That's all. He advised Einstein to be very frank and true to the doctor. He should explain and describe all his troubles to Dr. Weil very frankly, very truly, and he should never pose what he was not having, what he didn't have. He had to be limited, or we can say fixed, to the fact about himself, and he should never think that he could deceive anyone, he could cheat anyone. Deceive means cheat. Because Urey further told him that he was the world's biggest liar, and that's why it was natural that he might be trying to deceive the doctor. Ibert spent the next day wondering what to tell the doctor. When the time arrived for his appointment, he had worried over it so much that he really was quite nervous. Here, Einstein was very much tensed regarding his meeting with the doctor. He had thought so much regarding the doctor, regarding the problem to tell the doctor so long that when the time of meeting arrived, he looked very nervous. He was looking very nervous in reality. Students, let's see the meanings of difficult words of the paragraph we have just read. Lit up. Lit up here means looked cheerful. Appointment, meeting. Admitted, agreed. Warned, cautioned. To pull the wool over his eyes, deceive him, befool him, pretend, pose, deceive, cheat. Students, let's study the next paragraph. I don't really know how to describe my trouble. Dr. Will began. He began. Einstein started saying that he was in very confusion how he could describe his problem, how he was going to explain. Describe here means explain his problem. Don't try, said the doctor with a friendly smile. Yuri has already given me a history of the case. The doctor told him not to be very worried because he further told Einstein that his friend Yuri had already informed him about the case. He had given the clue of the history of his case. Oh, what did he say? Only that you want me to think you have had a nervous breakdown and say that you mustn't go back to that school. The doctor told Einstein that his friend had intimated that he must have to think that he means Einstein had a nervous breakdown and he mustn't go back to that school. Oh dear, Ivor's face fell. He shouldn't have told you that. Face fell here means felt disappointed. The feelings of disappointment could be seen in his face, in the face of Einstein. When Einstein heard all these facts, he felt disappointed and told that his friend Yuri shouldn't have told the doctor those things. Why not? Isn't it true then? The doctor asked Einstein whether that was not true. That was not the case history. Yes, that's the problem. That's the trouble. Trouble here means problem, difficulty. Einstein agreed that that was the problem. And you will say, there's nothing wrong with me. And you will tell me, go back to school. Einstein was very apprehensive to the fact that when the doctor had learned all the things clearly, he would say him to attend the school. Don't be too sure of that, said the doctor. The doctor assured Einstein that he should not be sure. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure you are in a nervous state about that school. The doctor told Einstein that he should not be sure that he was going to allow him or going to advise him to attend school because the doctor further told him that the doctor was quite sure that Einstein was in a situation of nervous breakdown, mental illness, and so he should not attend the school. But I haven't told you anything about it, said Ibert wide-eyed. How can you know that? Einstein was very surprised because he thought that he hadn't intimated anything, but the doctor had understood everything. Doctor had known everything. How he had got the information, Einstein was very surprised taking these things. Students, let's know the meanings of difficult words. Describe, explain. Face fell. Face changed to look of to a look of disappointment. Pretty. Pretty here means quite. Wide-eyed, staring in amazement. Students, let's see some short answer type questions based on the paragraphs we have just studied. First question is, who was Yuri? How good a friend was he for Einstein? Yuri was the only friend Einstein had in Munich. He had great concern for Einstein. He was always ready to help Albert Einstein. He arranged Dr. Ernst Weil to help Einstein to get away from school. Next question is, why did Albert want a medical certificate of nervous breakdown? Einstein did not like the atmosphere of school and methods of education in school. He wanted to get away from there, but he wanted a medical certificate to convince his father that he had had nervous breakdown. Next question is, what warning did Yuri issue to Einstein and why? Yuri was well acquainted with the nature of Einstein. He knew that Einstein was a liar. So he warned Einstein not to befool the doctor. He advised him to tell the doctor everything frankly.